This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday, and with me, as always, is my co-host, This Drink. Welcome back, This Drink. It's good to have you again.
Hello.
Oh, God.
Put me in your mouth.
I don't like this. You were better when you didn't say anything, quite frankly.
Well, now I'm going to do nothing but talk.
Even when I finish you?
Yep, I'm going to scream.
All right, I'm just going to put you down. And also Nick Mason. Wait, that's you?
Yeah, that's me. That one was me. I thought I'd get a preemptive scream in. Anyway, it's good to be here.
Certainly is, Mason.
Yeah.
On this hot autumn night.
It's not that, is it? Are we in autumn?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Summer ended like 3 days ago.
Oh, yeah, we replaced sweltering hot days with everything flood.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything flood is all I managed to get out there.
Absolutely.
Everything flood.
We have had quite a few people write in and say, I hope we're okay. We are on the East Coast.
Yes.
But we're not in any of the affected areas. Because
That's
Australia it's enormous. It's too big, actually. You could probably split it up into at least 8.
Separate.
I mean separate. I don't mean like just put a line through it.
You were saying Bugs Bunny run the saw through the border.
Yeah,
and split
exactly.
it up. Yeah,
you remember the you do remember this. You remember the movie Reckless Kelly?
Of course I remember the movie Reckless Kelly with Yahoo
Japanese
Serious.
business people wanted to tow Reckless Kelly's island
Of Tasmania.
of Tasmania. Was that where he was from?
I mean, young Einstein was from Tasmania. I'm not sure if Reckless Kelly was from Tasmania.
Wherever he was from,
Yeah.
they were going to tow it away.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's,
Were they going to tow
that's
it
a
to
typical
Japan?
plot, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't have any more information. But listen, I do have information this week concerning the big news, Mason.
Oh, big news.
We're going to be talking about the Adam Project plus the Kenobi trailer and that new Boys series that we're going to get on. But we've also got news, don't we, Mason?
Love news.
We're going to talk about our first look at
I
She-Hulk.
love news too.
Oh, God, shut up.
You invented this guy.
Yeah, but I didn't invent the voice. I would have picked no voice.
James, it's obviously going to change as the minutes pass and I forget how I did the voice earlier.
Okay,
so
good.
eventually it'll get a voice that you'll enjoy. Or will be worse.
Yeah, great. We're going to talk about Blade's first debut. We're going to talk about Daredevil, where we're going to be seeing Daredevil again, and maybe some shade thrown Ben Affleck's way.
Oh, really?
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
Dune casting.
Oh, Dune.
God of War's getting something.
Oh.
Mason's got one bit of news. I've put that in.
News, yeah.
Then trailers ahoy, of course. Big Kenobi time. Then some more Star Wars news. Delays, but not dismay. Some big delays this week, but one bit of good news. And then some Deadpool updates on Deadpool 3.
Whoa.
Where all the E's
From
are-
Deadpool.com.
All the E's? However many E's there are on Deadpool. It's a 3 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I knew.
There's one.
I wish I knew. I wish somebody could tell me.
There's
I'll
3.
tell you. Okay. So, Mason.
You've for context, your wife has gone to Sydney for a business thing, and
For like 4 days.
and you've been alone. Well, not alone. You've been with
and I've
kids,
been visiting
which is
people
worse.
as well. Yeah, it is worse. And there's dogs. I get to the end of the night and I'm like, I got everyone to bed. And then dogs are like, we're going to pile on top of you. You can't be alone for a single second. We're 2 hot dogs. We're going to lie on top of you. So that's how my days are going.
Some people would find that joyous. They do those celebrity interviews where they just bring in more dogs.
Nah, if
but
I was
specifically,
doing-
they don't bring in your dogs,
If
do
I was
they?
doing a celebrity interview and they brought in dogs, I'd be like, get these dogs out of here. Get them away from me. That would be me.
Oh, sorry, we didn't know you were allergic to dogs. I'm not allergic to dogs. I hate dogs.
I'm a cat racist and I hate dogs. No, I love my dogs. And they just got to settle. You know what I mean?
I do.
They got to settle.
Well, I
Anyway.
don't know that because I exclusively roll them
That's
up.
true. You only
Yeah.
roll them up. So we got our first look at She-Hulk, which is how we normally get a first look at anything. It's leaked promotional material.
That's right.
This time it's on a big cup.
A big gulp, maybe.
And her name is, the actor, I've forgotten.
Tatiana Maslany.
Thank you very much.
Probably is how you pronounce it.
That is true. Looks great.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see it in real, like not on a cup.
Oh, sure.
Like on a screen or whatever. I know we've seen a glimpse of it, but just to see how that's going to move in general, you know what I mean? Whether they're going to be doing transformations, whether she's going to be She-Hulk the entire time.
Is she going to break the fourth wall? She's not going to break the fourth wall?
That's right. Do you reckon she's going to be breaking any walls?
Maybe. Maybe she exclusively talks to the cup.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Why would the cup be I guess. I don't
Haunted.
know. Is she both the cup? So she's on the cup.
Maybe like when she transforms into She-Hulk. Now, when she transforms back into Jennifer Walters,
Yes.
the She-Hulk persona is on the cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Teeny Little Super Guy?
I remember the name. He was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
No. Teeny Little Super Guy was a little cup on Sesame Street, and he did little adventures around the kitchen.
Was he a
like
cup?
a little?
Yeah, he's a little, but he's
cup man.
I'm correct in that he's a little man, though.
He's a little, but he's on a cup.
Okay.
Anyway,
great.
what do you think of Teeny Little Super Guy?
Yeah, great.
Cool.
Where's the gritty reboot?
It was pretty gritty for for a Sesame Street situation.
Okay.
Anyway, Mason, because he was murdering people.
Oh no!
Other cups.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, she.
And that remember that pinball game that counted numbers?
No.
That would crush somebody in a saw style trap at the end.
Pinball game.
You know, it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Oh,
10,
yeah.
11, 12.
How many numbers?
Was that Samsung? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Probably.
Or it might have been the Electric Company.
I didn't ever watch any of the Electric Company.
We didn't really get it here.
Wow.
But I think they maybe took clips of it and put it in Australian Sesame Street.
Well, that's illegal.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But nobody cared back in the day.
Nobody cared about anything. Mason, this
Yes.
is by the Cosmic Circus, and
Oh.
consider this rumor. Put it in your rumor pocket.
Okay.
I know it's already stuffed with
Oh my
rumors
God, it's stuffed with so many rumors.
and loose spaghetti.
Clickbait and spaghetti. Just like a mama used to make.
It's true.
Yeah. Rumors just like mama used to make. Horrendous gossip. Mama.
Yeah, everyone just gossip from around the neighborhood. So Blade, apparently, according to the Cosmic Circus, will be debuting in... Oh, there's time codes below. Collings, who edits this, puts them in if you want to jump to anything. It's going to be debuting in Werewolf by Night.
Oh.
So that is going to be the...
Or should I say, woo?
Yes, you should. That's going to be the Halloween special coming up later this
yeah,
year,
right.
which is currently filming or will film or has filmed. But it's going to come out.
They're waiting
this
for a
year.
full moon.
That's right, exactly. That's a good joke. And we'll...
I'm not joking.
Oh.
They're very superstitious now.
Now, so if it's a Halloween special...
Or
like
a Halloween special.
That's good. That's a good joke. But was it a joke?
No.
Okay. So, do you think it's going to be like Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, kind of like spooky but fun?
Oh,
How are
that is
they
a good
going to
question.
approach this? You know,
I
and
don't.
if Blade, would they put him in a wacky?
Yeah, I don't
thing?
think they would. I don't think. I suspect they would. I mean, look. Until seconds ago, I had not given it a single thought. But I don't think they wouldn't want to like declaw like a supernatural superhero who's supposed to be cool and serious. And
Could have
whatever.
said defanged.
I don't want to.
Okay,
I
because it's not a
consider
joke.
it. Yeah, it's not. These aren't jokes. This is serious discussion about whatever we talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
Just emptying the pockets full of rumors. No, because even if like he's serious and everybody else is silly,
Yeah.
and he's like, this is very silly. This is not a joke. You would say.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. We'll have to see after it films, if it has or it hasn't. I don't know. Did you know that Charlie Cox went to the Middle East Film Con this
No, I don't know what that
week
is.
that went? Well, he was there and he spoke on a couple of things. One of which being, I can give you 2 bits of news and you get to choose which goes first. This is
Okay.
interactive, this show, but
This
just
is
for
great.
you.
Wow.
Just for you, though.
This is like that episode of Black Mirror on Netflix.
It's exactly like that. You can kill yourself.
Huh.
That is an option like that show.
That's incredible.
I know, right? And you can restart.
Oh,
Definitely.
the whole podcast.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep. So you can ask me about new Daredevil when that's happening, or what he said about Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and we are going to do both anyway, so it's entirely irrelevant. It's like when you read a Choose Your Own Adventure, and then you get to the ending that you're like, I did this ending already.
Give me the options again.
Ben Affleck, or what do you think's of Ben Affleck, or that when's a new Daredevil showing up? Oh yeah, because you're doing the bit
Doing the
where you're
strategy
waiting.
where I don't do anything and see
Yeah.
what happens. Maybe there's a secret third option.
Well, then I'm going to skip to the next segment.
No,
Mason.
okay, I picked the Ben Affleck one where he
Okay.
makes fun of Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Whenever somebody makes fun of Ben Affleck.
They said, have you seen the Ben Affleck Daredevil? And he said, I hadn't seen it before I got the role. I watched it when I got the role. To be fair, I think Ben Affleck does a really good Matt Murdock. I like his Matt Murdock. I don't love the movie. I feel like they tried to do too much and it was a little tonally confused. They had everyone in the movie. They had Kingpin, they had Bullseye, they had Elektra, they had Karen Page, they had Foggy. I mean, the show also had all of those, I guess, too, but it was also 3 seasons and Defenders. And it was saturated, and it's 2 hours. So that was my problem with it. And the suit sucks. Ooh, did you hear that, Ben Affleck?
That's right.
That suit that you love,
That
that you sleep in.
that's from that franchise you abandoned 20 years ago. Look out.
Yeah, so I don't hate that suit. And everyone was doing that suit then.
Yeah, it's not even the worst suit in that movie.
What's the worst? Oh,
Bullseye.
Yeah, maybe. You're right. I mean, that's supposed to be dumb, that one, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Wow, then they fucked that up, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Really? Yeah. We did a commentary on it, didn't we, though? Oh, we did a commentary this week for The Crow.
We did, yeah.
1994's The Crow.
In honor of, explain it again.
It was for Moon Knight, sort of, I guess. I don't know. It was
Because
dumb.
they're both heroes who have returned
Darkness,
from the dead and darkness
and so
yeah.
forth. That's right. Collins just messaged me and said, you uploaded the wrong thing. And he's right.
Yeah.
When has he ever been wrong? So he's talking about the Crow commentary.
Ah.
Anyway.
You just uploaded a picture of a dead crow you took a
Yes.
photo of in the park.
You'll like it. I think you'll like it. So for everybody listening to this, that won't matter. That will all be fixed. That
That's
is
right.
information you do not need.
Nobody panic.
Anyways, this is what he said about new Daredevil. He said, in keeping with a lot of things in the MCU, this is when he's next going to appear and what's going to be.
Quick side note here.
Please.
Did he go to this film con to answer questions about anything else or do anything else?
No.
And he's just been ambushed by these Daredevil
I said,
questions.
more Daredevil.
All right.
Daredevil. They said, in keeping with a lot of things in the MCU, so it's going to be reimagined, slightly different, and born again, like a homage.
Oh.
Sky's the limit, let's see. So basically, he's saying that it's not the same version. It's going to have most of the same characters, if not all, but it is going to be like a different continuity.
But when he said born again, is that a nod to the storyline Born Again?
What happens in Born Again? Did they already do Born Again?
Probably the show.
I can't remember. What happened in Born Again?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
So the one where he gets...
That's the one where he meets a lecturer, I think.
He did that twice.
I know. But it's probably like a nod where they go, he knows what he's talking about. He's bloody, he's one of us.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Did you see there was some controversy because there's an R rating added?
It's the Frank Miller one.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know who wrote it, but what's the story?
Oh, let's have a look.
That's where they're driving Ferraris and whatever together? Or is that one? Him and Electra? He's
Uh,
like, I love driving Ferraris with Electra.
bum, 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 bum,
Look up Daredevil, Born Again,
It's
Frank
the one
Miller.
where Karen Page becomes a heroin addict, and it's
okay.
it's the sad, especially sad one.
Wow, especially sad. Good. Anyways, what do you think? Do you think they should reboot this slightly? I mean, they're going to have to for the
Yeah,
MCU,
I
right?
don't think they'll reboot it in the same way. And Born Again, Daredevil's homeless for a while and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think it'll just be slight alteration to a suit, and any continuity errors, they'll just be like new universe. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We
Slightly newer apartment.
exactly. Dune news.
Dune news.
Dues?
I mean,
Like paying your dues.
who is in this instance? Us?
Well, yeah, sure. So we got 2 bits of rumored casting. Okay?
Is this Florence Pugh's Dune news?
That's one of the dues.
Florence Pugh's Dune news.
So Florence Pugh is in talks for Princess Irulan.
Princess from the planet of the prunes.
What did I say?
Princess.
That's the word, right?
Okay, yeah.
Is it not?
Okay, go. Continue. Just continue.
Princess
Okay.
Irulan and Austin Butler is in talks for Fade Ralph.
Who's that?
I think they're bad in the bad family.
Okay, but who's the actor?
They're all bad family. He's new Elvis. It was the guy who Brad Pitt caved his head in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in a
Nice.
bunch of stuff. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
he's new Elvis.
All right.
You've seen the new Elvis trailer?
I've seen the new
He's
Elvis
like, I'm
trailer.
Elvis. I got something new. Look at me. Look at me. I stole a thing. I'm going to be rich. Stole a concept of music. Is that controversial, Mason, to say that thing everybody knows and says?
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we?
I think so. Anyway, those are just rumoured at this point. But who wouldn't want to be part of
We'll get some
Dune?
scalding Spotify reviews from people who believe that Elvis is the king of rock and roll.
Wow. So you can shout that into his grave.
Mm.
So, Mason...
And they'd be like, and marrying a woman that age was normal at that time. And we'll be like, we didn't even mention that.
Yeah, and I don't think it was. I mean, it was in the sense that it happened, but I don't think it was normal at all. I think. That's what I think. Anyway, so yeah, look, Dune 2 is it's a hot property, no doubt, and it makes sense that they'd be attracting as much big talent as possible.
Big talent.
What kind of accent is everybody going to use? You'll have
Sort
to
of,
stay Dunes to find out.
sort of British.
Sort of British. Yeah, I agree. Wow, something that's not British.
Also, Florence Pugh is sort of British, so.
Yeah, she is sort of British. Yeah, I agree. Deadline are reporting that there's a God of War series in the works at Sony.
Whoa.
The Expanse creators, Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby will be working with the Wheel of Time's executive producer and showrunner, Rafe Judkins.
Oh.
So God of War. He's back.
God of War.
God of War. Now, how many God of Wars you played?
I reckon I played like one of the originals for 5 minutes,
Yep.
and then new God of War.
All of it?
Yes.
Do you think they're going to do... How many games are there before the new one? Including the handheld ones? I don't know, maybe 6, 8? I don't know.
I figured you would ask that.
Yeah.
I think they will probably... I reckon it'll be an origin story, but they'll try to put his son in the movie as well anyway.
Okay. Well, he did have an original son that he killed.
Oh, I see. Not a... Right, okay.
But see, the thing about the original God of War games are...
Yep.
It's just screaming and killing.
And he's awful, right?
Yeah, well, he's always awful. But it's just screaming and killing. He just screams and kills his way across Greece.
Sure.
And the underworld and the overworld and the outer
And you're saying
world.
that won't be compelling?
No, I'm not saying it can't be done, but what I think they're probably going to do is the new one, and then
Yes.
they flash back, and that way you don't have to build two types of like god architecture from two different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that old style Greek architecture.
Pillars and
Ugh, you can just do new school
Souvlaki
Greek
huts.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. No, I'm not interested. No, I think the narrative is, or the compelling narrative that people have attached to is the new one.
Yes,
'Cause-
and because we got at the start of Uncharted, we got that PlayStation Studios.
Oh, he was in that, wasn't he?
He was in that, and it was old.
And it was old Kratos.
It was old Kratos and Atreus.
That
his
is true,
son.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's right. And it was old Ratchet and Clank. They both had beards.
Oh no!
No, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing whatever we do in these games. I mean, world.
yeah,
So yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, not that I played most of those games. Like
Yeah.
they're good games, and I think the mythology that they build is good, and the gameplay
Yeah.
was, especially good for the time. But the new one's
New one's
where
the
there's
best
an
one.
actual
Yeah.
story because it's
Yeah.
really like I killed my family. I'm so mad. It's just like that.
there are fewer spectacular. I'm fighting a boss that's the size of a skyscraper
There's
kind
a bit of
thing.
that
There's a
in the
bit
old
of
one.
that.
Yeah, there's heaps of that actually. It's also not third person. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It was a different genre of game, not to mention a different era, like when Elvis married a 14-year-old. Mason, but one of those things is more acceptable than the other. It's the God of War thing. Just to
Yeah, I think it
clarify.
is. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, gonna look. But who are we getting for Kratos?
That's a great question.
A new
Who'd
wrestler?
be a Kratos? Well,
Great question.
my mind immediately goes like Dave Bautista, like who's probably
Yeah, okay,
been
sure.
he's probably mentioned it before.
Yeah.
But I mean, what about the guy who's Jack Reacher?
Oh yeah, yeah. He could be.
He's probably a bit pretty, I guess.
Yeah, but you scar him. You ritually scar him.
Scar him.
on set. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Who else could you do?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. If the guy who voices him in the new game was younger, you could probably get him. I can't remember his name. He's in Star Trek, the series.
Ah.
He's got the symbol on his head and a snake in his chest. He's one of those guys.
Oh yeah, right,
I can't remember
right.
his name.
I reckon they'll. Tom Holland is 100% in the mix for a
Of course
trace.
he is. Why wouldn't he be? Yeah. Let me type in God of War casting. We'll see what we got,
Okay.
Mason.
Oh, fan casting?
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Oh, no, there was a real movie that came out called God of War.
Yuck.
Great. Oh,
Really?
Jason Momoa, obviously.
Mhm.
I like that. Jerry Butler.
Yep.
The dude who played Dracula in Blade Trinity. Whatever his name is. He's
Oh,
Australian.
yeah, that guy.
Nick Offerman. Vin Diesel.
Yes.
11 as the kid, the girl who plays 11.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Who else we got here? Yeah.
Love it. I love all of those.
John Travolta. That's good.
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah. Olivia Newton-John.
John, obviously.
Olivia Newton-John's estranged husband who fell off a boat, but it was clear there was some sort of trick.
And he's alive now?
I think he is alive again, yeah.
How
So
did
he
he
could
do
be,
that?
I don't know, but he'd be a great Kratos.
That's when you're rich, you get an extra life, don't you?
That's right. Like Kratos.
Like Kratos. Very good. Wow. Okay. That could be something. Or nothing. I don't know. Mason, it's time for one bit of Mason's news.
Here's a bit of news that I thought you would enjoy, James.
I love news.
It's from stereogum.com. Mm-hmm. Billy Joel biopic greenlit without the rights to Billy Joel's likeness, name, or music.
I love it.
A real Jackie Jomp situation. But I just...
Who's doing it? Who's making
okay,
this?
so a Billy Joel biopic, Piano Man, has been greenlit by Michael Jai White's Gigantic Studios with Adam Ripp on board to write and direct.
He could be a good God of War.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a good Billy Joel. Right? The catch, according to Variety, Joel is not involved in the project and will not grant rights to his name, likeness, life story, or music.
So what are we doing here?
Well, it'll follow Billy Joel's early years from being discovered by his first manager, Irvin Mazur, at age 16. Gigantic, meanwhile, has instead acquired the rights to Mazur, who managed Joel from 1965 to 1972. So maybe it's a biopic about his manager? So it's just the adventures of his manager managing a superstar musician who we never see.
That's
and
awful.
none of his life is explained.
There was that. I was going to say there was another example of that recently. It was that Bowie movie.
Yeah.
Where it was Bowie's life, but they couldn't do any of his music.
Yeah.
Or probably even call him David Bowie.
It was called David Yowie. And he was an animated Yowie. Adam Ripp on board to write and direct. Adam Ripp is the son of Artie Ripp, who produced and famously botched Joel's first solo album, Cold Spring Harbor. Joel has publicly blamed the commercial failure of this album on Ripp.
What?
And
now his son is directing.
Now his son is directing a movie about him, but who can't use any element of this man's life.
What is happening?
But it's also going to be about the manager, maybe. This guy says, Billy Joel has been a part of my life since my father signed him to his record label when I was 4 years old. His music is ingrained in my DNA, and it's been a dream of mine as a filmmaker to explore and celebrate the untold story of how Billy Joel became the Piano Man. Except we can't say Billy Joel or Piano Man or use any of his music.
It's gonna lead up to like, I think I've got an idea, and then you'll sit at a piano.
Oh, and then his one finger will go down to the key, and then it will cut.
Yeah.
Fade to black.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Then it says God of War.
Why would you make that?
I don't know. It's amazing.
Like,
but
no one's going to see it.
I'm so excited to see what they come up with, though.
Yeah.
Given
I mean,
that,
you're not going to watch it, though, are you?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. But I just want to. I'm excited for those reviews. I'm excited for when this comes out, and it's like,
Just why? Why did you do this?
What the guy's name is going to be?
Is this is this a dare? Is it vengeance?
Is it a producer's style
Yeah.
attempt to rid yourself of a bunch of money for insurance purposes?
Billy Joel's music is in my DNA,
Yep.
which we cannot use.
That's right.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
some kind of legal loophole where if you say it's in your DNA, you can use some of
Oh
the
yeah,
music.
sure.
That's why he's doing
It's
it.
like you can say, "Oh well, I can say those jokes because I'm actually part Billy Joel."
Exactly.
You know?
Oh, I've got a friend who's Billy Joel, so I can
say that my friend who is Billy Joel said I could say all these horrible slurs. Billy Joel said I could say,
about Billy Joel.
yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah,
that's
anyway.
that's a great one bit of news.
I know, right?
Can you bring one bit of news every week?
I would love to bring one bit of news.
I feel like that's not going to happen.
It might,
But if you could,
I'll try.
I love a surprise bit of news.
I'll try to bring a bit of news.
There we go.
But will it be the same high standard as the first bit of news?
That's the thing about bits of news. You can't, they're going to be all over the place.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like life, peaks and troughs,
I
man.
suspect it's going to end up as an animated feature where it's literally a man who is also a piano. Also, I reckon you probably couldn't even use Piano Man
As the name.
because he's like so associated with the
Well,
the
if you did
concept.
it like, if it's Piano Man, the song, if you put them together, you could probably use it.
Piano Man.
It's one word.
Nice.
Or it's the other way. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what the actual song. Yeah. Wow. One news. Trailers ahoy, Mason. Now, everyone was excited for this week. This is this long-awaited prequel series. Our beloved characters returning after the initial prequels were received, let's say, lukewarmly. Mason, the lead character, he's back. He's
Is this a joke? Is this a joke?
Yeah,
it's not going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. You've got a different one on the way. Okay, here we go.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
That's good.
Thanks.
Because it's Captain Pike.
I could have said and sci-fi, and it's Star.
Captain Pike.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, did you see the trailer for Star Trek Brave New Worlds? I just watched it.
I did
before.
see it, yeah.
It's pretty good.
He's left that life behind, that Star Trek life.
Yeah, he certainly has.
But they've Star Trekked him down.
Isn't that unusual?
They've trekked him down in the wilderness.
That's unusual for a Star Trek captain to be found at the beginning of a new adventure, like riding a horse on a farm or something.
No, that happens all the time.
Is that literally what
That
happens
happens at the
every
start
time?
of every. That happened at the start of every episode of Next Generation. You've never watched that, but every episode they spent 25 minutes trying to convince Captain Picard to come back for one last mission.
Or even just to come into work.
right.
This is your job. We don't get paid. Yeah, but it's the system that we're in. It's sort of communism. We do it for honor.
You can replicate all the food you want. And he's like, the tea tastes like piss.
That's because you're pissing in the machine, Picard.
Yeah, I like to do a prank. Have
could-
you seen r/anti-work on Reddit? Have you seen it? It's great.
You could replicate another machine that hasn't got piss in it, I guess. But I'll piss at that one too, I reckon.
All right, you got me. I'm back. Anyway, every episode. And then the Borg showed up or Q or whatever.
Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. Anyway, I liked him and that crew.
Yeah.
that they
So this
did.
is the prior crew of the Enterprise before Kirk got his grubby little mitts on it.
Yeah, Kirk got his groove back.
And that's right.
It would seem. So there you go. And to skip ahead to the thing that people really care about.
Oh, also, this isn't the movie universe. This is the other timeline.
Yeah, it's the other one,
The
but also
regular
like
timeline.
they go anywhere now, don't they?
That's true. They can, yeah.
Because the Discovery's now in the future.
They're in the 32nd century, I think, in
That
Discovery.
means nothing to me. You may as well have said it fell to the bottom of the ocean. It means
Okay, I think
what's in
I
the
think normal
30s?
Star Trek is set in about like the 24th century or something.
wow.
Yeah.
It really went too far.
Right.
Then they're going to go back?
Nah.
They're going to get that angel time traveling suit and go back?
Yep.
Okay. You turned around on that pretty quick. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mason.
You go on.
This series is not just called Kenobi. Who knew? Not me. I did a trailer breakdown if people want to check that out. Lawrence edited some of it and I edited some of it. He actually edited some of it like 6 months ago when they released that sizzle reel. And I'm like, I'm just going to sit on this, I reckon. So some of that is brand new.
That's great.
Like 8 minutes of it. But I would argue seamless. You couldn't even tell, except my editing's worse.
Some of it's in sepia tone.
Yes.
360p.
I agree. Anyways, what did you think of this trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi? He's back.
I didn't learn a lot about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
What do you want to know?
Oh.
What do you want to know about him?
Now I know the biggest controversy.
Is it the head thing?
Yeah, there's the Inquisitors. They
Yeah.
look different.
Well, one in particular.
Okay.
Have you seen the comparisons?
I remember the
I'll show you a comparison.
Okay, I remember the particular alien species from something else, and they have very tall heads.
Yes.
And they're all
Yeah, they're
wrinkly,
in,
and they're like
there's one in the guy who played the gyro pilot in.
Bruce Spence.
Yeah, he played him in episode 3.
Yes.
You can actually Google that, and then I'll Google the new one, and then
Okay,
then
right.
you can compare.
Oh, then we'll crack our phones together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll pass data.
Wow.
So there we go. So yeah, so he looks like the top ones in particular.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So he's supposed to have a long head.
Yeah, but he doesn't really has a regular head, if you ask me.
Flat head.
And there's this guy,
Yeah.
like not only a long head, but like a very textured head.
Yeah, whereas this guy's got
Like he slept on a corduroy pillow. Sorry, I'm in such a bad mood. I slept on a corduroy pillow.
that would do it too. But look at this, like, I don't really.
I just love corduroy so much. Look at my corduroy collar. Look at my big corduroy collar.
But this, like, I don't really care if they change designs of characters. They did it for Ahsoka. They do it for a bunch of them. But
Yeah, right,
but
right,
the
right.
Bruce Spence one looks better than that. Though,
It does,
right?
doesn't it?
And
Yeah.
I know aliens also look different.
That looks like a cosplay, like a bald guy was like, I got to do a Star Wars cosplay, but I don't have a lot of time.
I'll sleep on a corduroy pillow and I'll come in, I reckon. Also, I'm surprised they didn't just use Jason Isaacs. Because, like, he'd voiced him in the show.
Yeah, right.
And that would have been a good, But whatever. This new guy, not a new guy. Rupert Friend is playing him or something.
Oh.
Anyways, it's neither here nor there. Han, who plays Tokyo Drift, is
Yes.
in it as well.
Okay, that's
Mr.
great.
Tokyo Drift. But, of course, the big reveal of Kenobi and what he's up to is Peepin' Ben Kenobi. He's back. He's giving Luke a look and he's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Let me watch what you're doing. I have to. Legally, I have to do this.
Got to have a bit of a poke around, have a look around.
Can I just rummage through these drawers? Not drawers. Like, with you know what I mean, basically.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But then he has to go off world, of course.
Yeah, because
Some
otherwise,
Inquisitors are coming down.
and also because otherwise it's just another desert planet. It's
I think I can
boring.
handle that either, quite frankly. I don't think I need another 6
I mean,
episodes.
it's not just a desert planet. It's the classic desert planet.
That's true. Well, there's others, but yeah, you're right, exactly. There's 2 others. Now, what we don't get in the trailer...
Can I just come in and wash my hands? It's very dry out there.
The water's very rare. Like, it's not... Why do you need to wash them anyway? What have you been doing?
Just take a little bit of water.
There is a comic where he stops Jabba the Hutt's henchmen because they're stealing water.
Okay.
And he's like, no, thank you. I'm going to put a stop to this. But just quietly. I'm not going to use a bigger lightsaber. Bigger than his regular lightsaber. But he's got a bigger one that he uses for extreme occasions. But, yeah, what was I going to say? So
I don't know, James.
doesn't matter.
Okay, great.
So Darth Vader's not in the trailer, but we hear the breathing, and we also got an image released of it, and apparently it's going to be Hayden Christensen in the suit.
Okay.
But they're obviously not getting him back just for that.
You're right,
Because
yes.
he doesn't voice Darth Vader either.
That's right. It's James L. Jones or that app that replicates people's voices with
Exactly.
AI.
Probably that one.
Probably
at this
that one,
point.
yeah. Mhm.
So do you think, A, we're going to be getting flashbacks of a younger Anakin Skywalker?
Oh, great,
Or
yep.
B,
Yep.
Darth Vader mask off?
I think
Or
both of those
C,
things.
Neither.
Oh.
So you're going to say C. You're going to say neither, were you?
No, I didn't use the letter C at all.
Okay.
So I was going to say both. I reckon both.
I agree.
Because why bring him in if you're going to... And also, we want... I think maybe one of the what people might see as one of the failures of the prequels. They're supposed to be great friends, and they've
Yeah.
had so many adventures together. And
that's where the animated series fills in a lot of those gaps. But no, I completely agree.
Yeah, we want to see some of that live, having great times and flying in their little spaceship.
They have an adventure.
Little hot rods and
Let's see
stuff.
an adventure.
Yeah, they can go back and hang out with Dexter Jetster again.
Exactly. Cut all his arms off and go, oh, you've got 4 arms. We thought you had 6. Sorry.
Oh, they were just cutting him down so he'd be normal.
Yeah.
Oh no, but they went too far.
Too far.
Oh, that's okay.
There was a few interviews, I think at EW with Ewan McGregor, and he talked about how with Hayden Christensen it was crazy, like seeing him again and seeing him in costume, and he's like, he looked exactly the same as he did 20 years ago or whatever, which implies to me that we're at the very least going to get those flashbacks, and he'll,
And the reason Hayden Christensen looks so young is he hasn't spent the last 20 years answering questions about Star Wars.
That's right, yeah.
Just doing interview after
He's
interview
been
every
hiding
single
on a farm
day.
or whatever,
Yeah.
or doing the occasional Nick Cage movie or whatever. But
yeah.
it was also, he was speaking about coming back, and he's like, yeah, it was pretty disheartening, like, after those movies, and yeah, it would be. And also, like, I don't think, like, he's not great in those movies, in particular the second one, but what do you do with any of that? You know,
Right.
we've talked about this. And I, as I've said before, he is a good actor.
Yeah.
Like, outside of that, I've seen him. I like the movie Jumper. I don't care what you say, but he's also been in Shattered Glass and other things. Like, he can act. And I think hopefully we're going to see this.
The ultimate compliment you can receive or pay. He can act.
You can do it.
You can do it.
So he's back to do that.
Well, I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for everybody. I'm excited for Ewan McGregor doing Hot Ones, but he has to do it in character as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that'll be good.
Can I have some water, please? No, we're doing the whole thing like in character, so you can't have water.
Oh, the bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb here.
So is it true you were looking at a little boy for like 19 years? Well, technically, yes, that was. You just give me a minute. I can't think.
It's just hit me now. It just sneaks in there. Oh, speaking of sneaking.
Keep your hands away from your eyes, etc. and so forth. How that show goes. How that very successful show goes. Who was this week? Courtney Cox. I haven't watched that one yet.
All right.
But I will. What else we got here? Yeah, so there were concerns, apparently, from Kathleen Kennedy herself.
Can I have some blue milk, please? I'll just.
Yeah, okay, that's canon. You can have that. But it's that the original scripts, I don't know if you remember this, but they delayed this. And we found out now it's because they were very dark.
Oh, they're very bleak, weren't they? Yeah.
We're looking ultimately to make a hopeful
Who's saying
uplifting
this?
story.
Who's saying
I think
this?
it's from Kathleen Kennedy. And it's been tricky when you're starting with a character in a state like Obi-Wan would be from coming off Revenge of the Sith. That's a pretty bleak period of time. You can't just wave the magic wand with any writer and arrive at a story that necessarily reflects what you want to feel. So, yeah, basically that it was supposed to be much darker, which I'm also kind of like, I would have kind of wanted to see that. If you want to do anything like super dark in Star Wars, because I'm not one of those guys that are like, Star Wars has to be the greatest thing you've ever seen. Like, Star Wars is for children and whatever.
Sure.
But I think you probably could go dark with this.
How much do you think, James, is the delay in the rewriting is partly, well, it's too dark and too bleak, and partly if we write the wrong thing, people are going to get mad?
Both, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they tread very carefully after much backlash.
Yes.
And they, you don't get it right. They don't always get it right. But that being said, I thought this trailer looked very good. And as I said in the video, this is the only thing I ever want to see, and then I'm going to retire from Star Wars.
Great.
I'm gonna bury my lightsaber in the sand of Tatooine, and I'm going to look at the horizon, and someone's going to say, hey, what's your name? And I'm going to say, hey, get fucked, none of your business. And then I'm going to walk away forever.
And then somebody's going to go, that's Mr. Sunday Movies. Hey, he's rude. Hey, why are you so rude, Mr. Sunday Movies?
You're nicer on YouTube.
You're not, though.
No, I'm not. I don't think I am, actually.
Yeah.
Also, I don't get recognised. Let's be real. Let's be even realer.
Okay.
They're talking about season 2 already.
Nice.
Which makes me go, I don't know. if I
How
want
many?
that
Okay,
either.
all right. So
He has to fight Darth Vader again.
Are you going to wait until it's definitively over before you bury your lightsaber?
That's a great question. So Kathleen Kennedy said, it's certainly something we talk about, mainly because everybody came together.
She's talking about you retiring?
Yes. we just
We're constantly talking
we
about
want
this
to
dude
get him out of
retiring.
our lives. This guy who we don't know. And it's such an incredible time. Ewan had an incredible time. Hayden had an incredible time. So certainly from that point of view, everybody involved would love to see this not end. But we really have to spend our time asking the question, why would we do it? If we were to decide to do anything more with the Obi-Wan character, we have to really answer the question why. That to me like depends on how the series goes. But it would be annoying if it got to the end and it's like there's more story to tell, and we're like, you could have told that story.
Sure, yeah.
But you made it longer than it needs to be. So that is a concern. But hopefully, I just want a standalone 6 hours, whatever it is. Get it done. But look, if they want to keep doing it and they've got a good story, that also, I guess.
Who's he going to be talking to in this movie? In this series?
I think Qui-Gon's coming back as well.
Because I mean, I feel he needs
a partner.
Yeah, like
a robot.
Yeah, like even Mando's got Grogu to be like, hey, what's going on?
What are you doing?
What are you? Stop that! Stop it!
Yeah, stop it!
Stop messing with my stuff!
Could you stop it?
Could you, God?
You seriously stop it?
Right?
Stop it!
Is it going to be Owen Lars? Is he going to have a lot of chats with?
Oh,
Owen?
we didn't even talk about that.
Are he and Owen Lars going to go off world for adventures?
I would love that. I mean, I fucking love.
What's that guy's name again?
Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton.
He's awesome, and he's looking real cool. You know what I mean? Everyone's looking real cool in
Everyone's
this.
looking real
and
cool.
then they roll around in original Star Wars. Like these guys all look like shit. What's going on here? It was the 70s. That's why.
Yeah. There's a version of animated Obi-Wan that looks like Alec Guinness, right?
Yeah, that's set like right before A New Hope.
Okay,
A
right.
couple of years before. But yeah, and this is
Okay.
like 9 years before.
Do you reckon there'll be a scene?
Where he transitions,
Yes.
like gets grey. They probably should have grayed him up more.
I reckon
right?
they're going to do it with Force Lightning. Somebody's going to Force Lightning him like the Emperor, and he's going to be like, I'm getting old. It's the worst day of my life.
I mean, it's Ewan McGregor. What do you do to him?
What does that mean?
Like, how do you make him look terrible? You can't
Right.
really.
But anyway, I guess my question is, who's his sidekick? Because otherwise it's just him staring and it is creepy.
Yeah.
So I reckon maybe it's Joel Edgerton, and Joel Edgerton will be like, well, I used to be in the something Army Reserve something.
Go on.
And then they go and they do a big
Used to
fight.
be on the
whatever.
Tatooine Army Reserves.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Basically,
1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year.
We just shot rats.
But they were big rats.
They were
Big rats.
Womp rats. I believe they are called.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else on this trailer?
No.
Here's something you might love, Mason.
What's that big sort of pyramid thing they're flying towards in the trailer?
Oh, that's
So
the
big black-
Inquisitorious base.
Oh.
You played Fallen Order.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
where
yeah.
the Inquisitors all hang out.
Ah.
Yeah. So they have their different training rooms and their cloaks and baths and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably have a communal washroom.
Oh,
I don't
you
know
think
what's
so?
going on there.
Starship Trooper style?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're all, and I talked about this in the trailer, but every Inquisitor is a former Jedi who was either tortured or
Yeah.
when like things kicked off, they were like, I'll kill Jedi, I don't give a shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Starting to think that Jedi Order was a bit uncool.
yeah.
You
Well,
know?
it was, that's what George Lucas was trying to say, apparently. Or something they decided after they made the movies, I don't know. So there you go, Mason.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Now, when's that coming out?
May 25th.
Ooh, not long now.
And Star Trek is coming out May 5th. So you got something to squeeze in just beforehand.
Cool.
4 or so episodes.
And when's a Marvel thing coming out? Soon? Something's coming out at the end of the month, right?
Yeah, in the month we're getting Moon Knight.
Moon in the Night.
Moon in the Night.
Moon in the Night.
And they got a feature this week as well. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw some posters. I saw some character
Oh,
posters.
yeah, it looks good, doesn't it?
Oh, it's not good.
Great, they're doing some good posters. Now, here's another rumor to squish in your spaghetti pocket.
Okay.
It's from Geekosity, who says, Heir to the Empire could be Disney's first Star Wars film. And they said it's the culmination of all the live-action series that have been doing.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean it's Disney's first?
Sorry, live-action Disney Plus film, I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Straight to
So-
streaming. Interesting.
Yeah, so everything's going to culminate in Thrawn's coming back, which is
Yeah,
what
right.
I think I've been saying for decades now at this point.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting that we're getting a Kenobi, which is going to be, what are they? They're like $20 million an episode or something like that.
I don't know, yeah, sure.
And then they're also going to, and we're going to get a direct to streaming movie, and people might be like, put it to cinema, you cowards, or whatever. And it's like,
they might do
what's the
both.
difference ultimately? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of doing actual movies as opposed to series as well. I'd like
Yep.
to see Marvel do more of that as well. I just think not everything has to be 8 to 10 episodes.
But it's
or whatever.
interesting that how we perceive the value proposition. Like whenever Netflix releases a movie, we go, whatever, maybe I'll see, who cares, whatever.
Yeah.
But then we're like, but a series, that's very valuable.
Yeah, but the difference between Netflix between their movies and their shows are vastly different in quality, though.
That way, I agree. But also, I think that feels the same, like with, I don't know, like Pixar stuff that they're putting directly to streaming on Disney
I'm
Plus.
looking forward
where
to
it's like-
watching Turning Red. That's just them just screwing over Pixar.
I guess that probably is.
I don't know why they're
For
doing
what
that.
reason? It's fascinating.
Somebody did something.
Yeah.
Maybe they did something good.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
A prize.
That's nice.
They've earned a prize.
Oh, that's terrific.
I agree. So there you go. It's delays,
Oh,
but I don't want you to dismiss.
Ah.
Yeah. so the whole DC slate has been shifted.
Right. Have they done the thing where the one movie gets moved to the next movie's slot and then so on and so forth? Okay.
I don't know. Well, let's figure that out as we go.
Okay, let's do it.
So starting with Jonker. That was coming out, famous DC character, the Jonker, was coming out March 2023, and that's moved to December of 2023.
Okay.
That's, of course, the Willy Wonka prequel, Jonker. So there you go. That's got a big shift.
Okay.
Black Adam was supposed to come out July of this year. It's now coming out October of this year.
Okay.
So excuse me. Drink, Mason. Got me.
I got you.
The Flash is moving from November of this year to June of next year.
Oh.
That movie, what is happening with that movie?
No, they've got to put in more cameos.
You might be right.
Yeah.
So that movie, they announced that, I read this week, in 2014.
Yeah.
Then again, Black Adam The Rock was cast in 2008.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
Yeah.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom has been moved away. So that was going to release with Avatar the same week in December of this year. It's been moved to March.
That's probably wise.
Yeah, but what they've done, they've moved Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods up from June next year into that Avatar spot.
Oh, no, that's bad for
the
him.
Aquaman spot, Avatar spot. So, yeah.
Wasn't Shazam up against, Infinity War or something? It was.
Yeah, it did go up against something big.
Something
huge. It was, but it did all right. Wasn't huge, but it did okay. But also the thing about December, there is a little bit more wiggle room for more. People seem to see more stuff. I don't know what people taking time off or whatever, but it's you can have a couple of pretty big hits.
That's true.
But I know Avatar, we're what about it? Cultural impact? Who cares and whatever. But people know it, and people will see Avatar.
And in fairness,
too.
we are dressed up as Na'vi right now. We're both in the blue makeup, so
I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you?
No.
Shazam 2 looks good though, from what I've seen, and I like that first one. And there's more Shazam families, and Lucy Liu's in it.
Oh, is she?
And and other people are in it.
Did I know that already? Probably.
You knew everything.
Yeah.
Just check your rumor pocket.
Okay.
Spaghetti.
Oh, Lucy Liu.
That's right.
Oh.
So that's fun. Now, David F. Sandberg, who directed the first one and is directing the second one, he said on Twitter, going up against Avatar 2, poor James Cameron must be shaking in his boots right now.
Oh.
So there you bloody go.
I think he's wrong, though. I don't think James Cameron cares at all.
No, I don't think he does.
I don't think he knows other movies exist, quite frankly.
Do you think there's a chance that Avatar 2 could top Avatar 1 at box office?
Yes.
Unless there's, let's exclude pandemic, global disaster.
Right.
War.
Let's just forget those are happening. Don't worry about it.
All of those
Don't worry about it.
And they're not going to ramp up.
I'm sick of them, quite frankly, so let's just ignore it all.
Put them out of your mind. I want you to only think about James Cameron's Avatar 2 and to a lesser extent James Cameron's Avatar from 2009. Do you remember 2009?
Not really.
Exactly. So that made $2 billion. It was until Endgame the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah.
I think it'll maybe do $1.5 billion.
Yeah, I don't think the cinema industry has recovered.
No. But also what's anything going to look like by the end of this year?
That's true.
We have no idea, and maybe the hype will carry it all the way, and it'd be and Disney want it to do it's Disney as well, so they'll give it a huge marketing push.
Yeah, what was the home streaming environment like in 2009? Basically non-existent.
Pretty much, it was all still doing.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot more competition now than he did back then.
Yeah, but Spider-Man continues and has done very well.
That's true.
Coming out on digital this week, I believe, or on the 15th or something like that. So yeah.
Well, if James Cameron is going to put the cast of Euphoria in Avatar 2, probably do very well then.
Euphoria and Succession on the different Na'vi tribes.
That's right.
Or one of them's the people, and they're like, we want these resources.
With Succession people.
No, you switch it.
What?
You switch it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. And that's how you make your money.
That's right.
There you go.
James Cameron goes into a Succession pitch meeting and he just turns all the S's into dollar signs. And then he puts another one at the end. So it's Successions.
Successions out of the front.
Yep.
Successions.
He's done it again.
Yeah. Is there snakes in this? What's this for? What are you doing? Shang-Chi. There was some concept art released this week that shows Proxima Midnight, who I guess survived at the end of Endgame.
Right.
Right?
Well, no. So the
I know she was killed in Infinity War, but then the different version came back or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The So it's the battle pit in
Yes.
Shang-Chi, and it's Deadpool versus Proxima Midnight.
Yeah.
I think that was just... I think those are placeholder characters.
Yeah, you think?
I think they just went... This is an underground fighting room where you could find anybody.
Hypothetically, who knows?
Who knows? Anybody could be there, and they just went Deadpool because that's hot. Everybody loves Deadpool, and then who's a girl fighter?
Who's a girl?
Proxima Midnight.
Yeah.
Because it's open for everybody.
I think it would have been a genuine, like, could we put Deadpool in this? Could we put Daredevil in this, though?
Could we get Daredevil and have him crushed by the Abomination in one punch? Just absolutely spread him over the walls and spread him into the audience?
So, yeah,
Yes.
there's been rumblings about when is Deadpool going to show up. There's also people saying he's definitely going to be in Doctor Strange, and Ryan Reynolds has said he's not, but, you know.
He's a liar. They're
He's
all
a liar.
liars
They're all
now.
liars.
They're all liars. These
Can't trust a single
Hollywood elite
person.
liars. They're elite at being elites and also elite at being liars.
Even now it's got to the point where, like, you can have 6 interviews in a row where they're like, seriously, I know last time people have said, but I'm not involved. You cannot believe it anymore. Everything is fucked and broken, Mason.
That's right.
And my trust in the Hollywood movie system has been shattered.
But isn't that just acting in a way?
Wow.
It's more acting.
It's an extension
It's
of...
meta.
Yeah, that's cool, actually.
It's a multimedia acting experience.
I love that.
A multimedia acting experience is what it is. And we should be grateful for it. We should be grateful for Andrew Garfield getting out there and lying.
I do like Andrew Garfield. But we saw this was recently confirmed.
Also, what if he was like, yeah, I am in it. I'm in it, actually, yeah. And here's what happens.
Yeah.
Here's what I do.
I enjoyed the fact that he was lied the whole way and we all knew he was lying.
Yep.
So THR have confirmed, and then it was confirmed by Ryan Reynolds that Sean Levy will direct Deadpool 3.
Oh.
He tweeted out, Ryan Reynolds tweeted an image, it was of his 3 characters that we know him from. Free Guy, whatever his
Green
character's
Lantern.
name.
The guy from Berg from Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
His character from R.I.P.D.
That's right.
The dude from-
Except they put the other guy in there. You know the famous guy?
Yeah,
famous guy.
famous guy.
The famous guy, Jeff Bridges. Jeff
yep.
Bridges.
They put in his character from Waiting.
Yeah.
They just did them all. No, it was them. It was the Adam Project and Deadpool. Sean Levy is, of course, directing all of those, including Deadpool 3. And he said, the third film in my Sean Levy trilogy will be a tad more stabby. 'Cause, we'll talk about it, but the Adam Project was a family affair. But there we go. Deadpool, it's happening, Mason.
That's right.
I think he's in Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah, you reckon?
100%. Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll say, check out Deadpool coming to cinemas in 20, and then there'll be some static just in case there's delays?
This might be one of those clips where people go, he picked it. He already said it.
Yeah.
He said it. So I can't
And he's rude in real life. He said, why'd you say that thing and now you're rude in real life? Mr. Sunday Movies.
No, I meant you.
Oh.
You're saying it.
He's also rude. They're both rude.
We're both rude.
We're both being rude.
Yeah.
You seen this new Twitter setup?
No, I haven't look at it.
Instead of just in order, latest tweets is over here, but home is just like popular tweets.
Is that an iPhone?
No, this is a Samsung.
No, yours, I don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
Mine's the same.
Just wait till you bloody update.
I won't.
Okay, great.
I'll never update anything.
Okay, terrific.
Might be an Android thing.
Nice.
It might be just for you.
Because I'm an Android.
Yeah.
Beep boop. Blorp.
That's fun.
It is fun, isn't it?
Right, let's do the rest of the show, I reckon.
Okay, cool.
No more silliness.
Bleep blorp.
Keep it serious.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we recorded the rest of the podcast after this, didn't we, Mason?
We sure did.
But
Had a grand old time.
None of it saved from
No.
then on out. We got a corrupt file or something, so we normally like record it in parts. Like we do the
it's
news
true.
and then I send it over to Collins and then we do the review and send it over and whatever. But we recorded the last hour and none of it's there
crazy,
for some
yeah,
reason.
right?
I don't think that's ever really happened, or maybe it did happen one before.
We lost 20 minutes of news once.
Oh no.
And that was, but I mean,
Devastating.
devastating. It was lost in the wind.
But the thing is, like, and normally we just do like a full re-record of everything. But as we might have mentioned in this half or the other half that we didn't go out, I've got the kids by myself this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bed late and getting up early. And I just don't know if I cannot, it's late already.
Sure.
And I don't know if I can do another hour. And you're starting work again tomorrow.
That's true.
We can mostly pin it on me, that's fine. But should we give a brief summary
Let's
of
do a
kind
big
of what the
burst.
stuff that we
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for this that it's so, because normally again we don't have a chance to re-record anything as well before this
Yeah.
goes up.
But we watched the Adam
unfortunately.
Project.
We did. Well, should we just vague no spoilers for this?
Yeah, okay,
thing?
sure.
Cool. It was good and I enjoyed it, Mason.
Tremendous.
Yeah. As we already discussed, do I need to keep saying that? No, because nobody saw it. On the sci-fi and the story side of things, it's fine. Like it's it's decent. You know, you can watch it, you cruise along.
Now, James, obviously you're not in the state of mind to ask me what the story was, but Ryan Reynolds
yes.
is a man from the future. He steals a space-time jet.
Yes.
He comes to the present day.
And he goes, what's all this?
Because he needs to save the future, and he meets his childhood self, and they sort of have to, for various vague plot-related reasons, they have to team up to do some CGI-based stuff and save the future.
Do we ever find out why?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
But look, beautiful shots of British Columbia, Canada.
It looks like a real movie.
It looks like a real movie despite being made for Netflix. Great performances. Very reminiscent. We were discussing this. Very reminiscent of your old school like stuff you'll find on VHS or you did back in the day. Your Last Starfighter, your Flight of the Navigator.
A bit of ET in there.
Bit of ET, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi's in there. And you were saying, I think,
I've never said anything
from a familial sense, like just as a family movie, as a movie that it's about sci-fi stuff, but it's also about family. You
That's
really enjoyed
what works
that
about it. Yeah, absolutely. The relationship between because his parents are played by at a 13 going on 30 reunion, Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo, and the interactions between Ryan Reynolds and his younger self and his parents. That's because they're the one person.
Yes.
The kid and the man.
That's right.
That all works really well. And I think that's what makes it like better than just like, this was fine. I think it's like, it's absolutely above that.
And Ryan Reynolds' star power.
And Ryan Reynolds' star power. Look at him coming in, Mason. And his big spaceship.
Oh my God, yes please.
And he's doing a big quip and he got shot by a bullet, but he's all right. He had a big
just went
nap.
straight through. And when a bullet goes straight through, you are fine. You just need a couple of days to rest. And you are okay.
Should we punch out or what are we reading quickly, Mason?
We should punch it out. And look, we'll have to wrap this up because you've got to go to bed. But I think we should do a what we read and then we should debate a letter.
Yes.
At length, which we did before, but we lost.
We got so stuck into that.
We're going to go back. I think we're clear headed now. So I
That's
think
probably
we're going to make more headway. I think because it's better. But regardless, I think people should watch.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Best movie ever.
Best movie
There's
ever,
some wonky kind of de-aging stuff in it, but on the whole, it's pretty good. And if I went to the movies and saw it, I would have been like, all right.
It's great. That's true.
And it seems like, good enough to do, like, put this guy in Deadpool 3. Why not? Yeah.
But as a question that I needed to ask, and I if you're out there, what I said earlier is that
I'm pretty out there, people say that.
You're pretty damn out there, man. You're pretty groovy. Look at that groovy T-shirt.
Thank you.
If I was 12, I would have loved this.
Yeah.
And I am curious, if you are a parent out there and you've got some kids sort of the age of the kid in this movie, would they like this?
Yeah.
Do they like it because it's not a branded property? It's not like a Marvel thing or a DC or a Lucasfilm
it's got some
Star Wars.
familiar faces from those things, but...
Would they look at this and go, I want to watch this, and did they have a fun time?
Yeah.
Or was it a case of like, but it wasn't the Avengers, was it?
Yeah,
kind of thing?
I'll watch it, but I'm not happy about this,
That's right.
Dad.
Yeah.
All right, next segment of the show.
What we read and what we're going to read.
Super Condensed. Oh, no, I didn't plug it in. This is a disaster.
Wow.
Westworld. Normally my computer's plugged into that, so it plays through the thing.
Yeah.
But not today, Mason.
No, that's right.
Maybe I pulled the cord out and that did that. I don't know.
James, I don't know how to do anything technically, so I can't
Turns
help
out
you.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Now, we also, for What We're Reading, we talked about the
Boys Diabolical.
Yes, thank you.
Which is James, I'll take the lead here.
What do I have to do?
You don't have to do anything.
Thank God. I'm going to bed.
Shut up.
I'm going to bed.
Do you really want to risk that? Me having to push the stop button? I don't think you do. I'm the third kid.
Yes.
Anyway, it's an animated anthology. It's on Amazon, the same streaming service that brings you the original The Boys, and it is a mixed bag in terms of animation style. It's 8 short episodes.
You don't mean mixed bag in terms of like
quality?
It's a crap fest.
No, I think they're all pretty solid.
I agree,
think.
yeah.
And maybe some are not to your taste, or
sure,
but
just wait 11 to 14 minutes. Then
exactly. If you don't like it, bloody wait 15 minutes.
Agreed.
And they're all sort of, I would say, the vast majority of them are fairly big names.
Yeah.
Each who are taking a shot at a small story set in either the main TV Boys universe or the comic book The Boys universe.
Maybe even styled.
Yeah,
like
maybe
such,
even, or sort of just, it could be just a story about somebody gaining some superpowers.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's very loosely tied in. But I think, like, regardless of how you feel about how convincingly they've tied it into the Boys universe, I feel like a couple of them are probably like well, we're friends with the showrunner of The Boys,
Yeah.
and I've got a fun idea for a superhero-esque thing, and let's
Yes.
do that, but we'll have a character pop in from The Boys
Yeah,
just
exactly.
to
And
legitimize
maybe
it.
they'll voice them, or maybe they won't.
But I
you know?
think they're all pretty solid.
I agree. Absolutely.
Big opening. The opening story is. I think it's you were mentioning earlier. I think it's a great book. It's bookended very well.
It is, yeah.
The first episode is a baby's day out. It's kind of an animated short you might see before a kids movie back in the day, and it's sort of like a little baby girl with laser vision, who just wants to escape her Voight, the clutches of Voight, and just find a balloon or whatever. And so she cuts a swath through the city. It's very funny. It's very gross.
Yeah.
It's absolutely that old style of Warner Brothers
Oh,
style
100%,
cartoon.
yeah.
But with a police horse being eaten by piranhas or just somebody getting their head lasered off.
You might be wondering, why does that happen?
Yeah.
I guess you have to tune in to find out.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the big finish is in the style of like your modern day DC animation,
Yes.
and it is a story that is pretty
Homelander's.
canonical to the Boys TV universe, which is Homelander's first mission.
Yes.
And and the way that it all falls apart, but it is also sort of papered over by Voight's media empire.
Yeah, that's right.
And how, boy, they really should not have made this guy an active member of an active superhero, because he's not cut out for that job.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
He's just a superpowered lunatic. But in between, we get a story written and starring Awkwafina.
Yep.
We get one with Don Cheadle and Aisha Tyler, which is in the style of the Boondocks. We get quite a poignant, tragic one written by Andy Samberg, but in like Korean animation style, which I think is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
fun.
No,
it's fun that it
a
exists.
sad one.
It is sad and poignant, but it's
There's
like
one set within the comic book universe with Simon Pegg and a bunch of other people.
written by
yeah.
Garth Ennis,
Yeah.
the original writer of The Boys.
Yeah.
It's good. I think.
Incredible, yeah.
Again, like you said, if you don't like one, just power
Turn it
through
off. Just turn it all off.
Turn it all off.
Don't even worry about
Cancel your Amazon subscription.
it. Also, like, it could, because we got the release date of the series, it's June, I want to say. It's a good thing to kind of lead up into that. And the last one in particular is just like, if because it's basically like, this is Homelander's first day or whatever. But again, they're all worth a look, absolutely. Mason, let's do a letter.
Let's do a letter.
Just the one?
No, let's do all the letters.
Oh,
We can breeze through the
Oh,
letters.
Mason.
We had two delightful letters.
okay.
And I shan't say a bad word about them.
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
We're going to hear right now. We're going to do letters.
It's letters time. Wow, how did we get here so quickly?
Weeklyplanetpod at gmail.com.
That's true. Or hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. It wasn't that quick for us though, because we already did another hour or so.
We did,
Plus.
and then we realised it hadn't recorded. Then we went.
Well,
to
there
the
is a
bathroom.
file, but it's not even a megabyte.
That's
in
not a
size.
lot.
It's not
In
much.
these modern times, that's not a lot
ridiculous.
of megabytes.
You couldn't have
Not
anything.
even 1 megabyte.
No.
So then we went, we both used the bathroom separately.
Yes, that's right.
I believe you may perhaps went to a quiet room and screamed for a bit. And then I was on my phone.
Yeah,
'Cause
perfect.
nothing calms me like being on my phone, which is like being
And
on the computer.
listening to me scream.
That's right. So here's an email from Jack Glass.
Whoa!
Subject line, my dead granddad was in the Batman.
I'm not surprised because I already heard it. But I like this email,
That's
Mason.
right.
What do you got?
Hi, James and Meso. Was on a date last week and we both wanted to go see the Batman.
Absolutely.
Lucky for some, which we both thoroughly enjoyed. As you mentioned on the podcast, most of the movie was filmed in greasy Gothic Glasgow, which is where I am from. In one of the scenes... That's Jack, not me. In one of the scenes, Batman and Catwoman are motorbiking through a graveyard. It just so happened to be the graveyard my granddad was buried in, and I was adamant I saw his gravestone. When the movie ended, the first thing I did was proudly proclaim to my date, my dead granddad was in that movie. I realised as I said it how weird that was to say. What was even weirder was that she wanted to go on another date with me even after saying that. Love the podcast and the hot, fresh YouTube content. Can I be the official gothic and greasy Scottish person of the podcast, Jack? Yes, you can. Terrific stuff. We
Salute
you. And I like how adamant you were. I like you've gone with adamant there. I hope you also stood up in the cinema.
That's my granddad's
He's dead.
grave.
My dad's Batman.
But, how cool is that? Like, I mean, he's already immortalized from the memories that he has given you.
And that's cool, but
That's
also...
cool. But also he's in the Batman
He's in the
movie.
Batman, a movie that's
Yeah,
cool, and
that's
Batman
cool.
punches people.
Exactly.
Which I love. James, you got any tweets
I do
there?
have a couple of tweets here, Mason. I've got one tweet in particular. It says, Nathaniel, who says, #Weekly Planet Pod, how about a movie commentary of an animated kids movie? I want to put on something my toddler can watch with me while I'm secretly listening to you all swear and talk about random shit in one earbud. Yes, we should absolutely
definitely will do that.
We'll do maybe a Toy Story.
Yeah.
We'll do maybe another movie. Think of another movie.
Something from a Pixar.
Shrek.
We could do Shrek.
Could do Shrek.
I
the
bet Shrek hasn't
musical.
aged well.
I reckon it would have.
Do kids still like Shrek? If you put on a Shrek, would the little kids watch that?
My son doesn't like Shrek. I'm like, you want to watch Shrek? And he's like, get out of here.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I'll watch Shrek if I want to have a Shrekingly bad
Yeah.
time, Dad.
I'm like, do you want to watch
I taught him to do
Shrek
that.
2? Did you?
Yeah.
He wants to always watch Shrek 3, the worst Shrek.
No.
Even Shrek 4 is better than Shrek 3.
What's a thing that your son will watch? Lego? We could watch a Lego movie.
We could watch a Lego. We could watch a Lego Batman.
Yes.
It's pretty hectic though for a toddler.
No,
There's
that's
a lot
true.
going on.
All right,
there.
let's figure out
We'll figure out something.
We'll figure out a toddler-friendly animated movie.
We'll watch the
And then we'll say
Octonauts.
rude stuff about it.
Very good. What's
Now,
your final lesson?
Here's a
Mason?
hot
I know
email
what it is, and
from
it's already
DJ.
giving me a headache.
Hot debate for you guys.
Wow.
Hi, James and Meso. As I've said before, you guys are amazing. I recently lost my grandmother a few days ago, and you've kept me smiling, so thank you.
Boo, and we're sorry.
But
That
here's the
sucks.
debate as mentioned in the subject line. What are there more of in the world, doors or windows? This has been a hot debate in all my friend groups, so I figured you guys should tackle it also. From DJ.
I hate this.
You love it, though.
Now, we already did this. We probably spoke about this for like 15, 20
yeah,
minutes.
that's most of the lost time, honestly. Because we're like, okay,
Well, obviously, from you look at a house and it's like there's a door on the front and then there's 8 windows.
and there's
or whatever.
lots more windows. So you'd go windows, but
then
then
you
I'm
think
like, but
indoors.
internal doors count.
Yes.
And then you said
Well, then but cupboards don't.
cupboards don't
Dog
count.
doors don't count.
Don't count.
Model homes don't count.
Model
like
homes
little doors.
and toy
None of
little
that
toys.
counts.
None of that counts. But then you said, does every piece of glass count as a window?
Yeah.
Because I said, if you go to like the door store,
Yeah.
like a store that just sells doors, look at all these doors.
yeah.
Every individual door I think counts, whether they're installed or not.
Yes.
And then then you said, okay, well, what about every piece of glass? Because
I
invariably,
feel like I'm trapped in hell.
I know. Because invariably,
It's
James,
awful.
you said all pieces of glass will go to become windows eventually, but I don't think that's true.
No.
Coffee tables, for example, and then you said, what about glass
Yeah,
bottles?
but also I've rethought about that, and bottles would be shaped into bottles immediately.
Exactly
they wouldn't
right.
put in plain panes of glass and then be changed
And I
into
said we
bottles.
should get a glass expert in because at a glass factory, maybe each piece of glass that comes off the assembly line is like, okay, this is
predetermined.
like, but if you go to a glass expert and they go, okay, but if a piece of glass is 300 by 400, then that's always going to be a window. You never cut a piece of glass that's that size, but it's anything else kind of thing. So do they count as windows? I say no.
Yeah.
I think it only counts as a window if it has been assembled. Like if you see it on a truck, it's just a piece of glass. That's not a window.
Yeah.
Even if it's going to be turned into a window.
Okay.
It has to be in a frame.
All right.
That counts as a window.
Already cut to the size of a window. Not all windows have frames.
I think if it's going to be a window.
Here's a question for you though.
Go on.
What about a car? Now, not the windscreen?
Yeah.
'cause that's a different thing. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
side windows are called windows.
Yes.
Does that change anything?
No, that's a window and a door.
Oh shit! So they cancel each other out.
Yeah, they cancel each other out. Yeah.
But sometimes they have that little triangle at the back. That's
That
just in
doesn't
the
go
car.
down.
That doesn't go down.
That's a window.
So there's
Doesn't
more
have to
windows
open. Yeah.
in a car
Yeah.
than doors.
Yeah.
Windscreen doesn't count. 'cause
I
it's a
don't
windscreen,
think rear windscreen
and rear
counts
windscreen
it.
also doesn't count.
Yeah.
But there's
But we've-
there's a bonnet count and a boot.
No, because they're bonnets, a trunk and a
So
hood.
for wherever you are, yeah.
No, they're not doors. They're not doors, James.
Yeah, they're not doors. I get that.
I think you have to be able to go through it.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, or do I? Because maybe there's some doors you don't go
Because
through.
it's like a door store, and
Yeah.
there's a door, and you open it, and it's a wall.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That still counts. Okay, but I don't think a bonnet or a trunk because they're not doors.
I agree.
Nobody would be like,
It's like a latch.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you're like, what are you counting? Trunks?
No.
Like a trunk of like a chest?
no, that's no. And
ridiculous.
also, we had to bear in mind that like the structure of a modern home,
Yep.
maybe there are a lot of open plans. There's fewer doors inside, but some houses have a bunch of doors inside. Like every room's
Every room's got a door.
got a door. Every hallway's got a couple of
And
doors.
if you got
know
a
what I
door,
mean?
you got a gym.
That's
What
right.
about this? Roller doors. Doors?
No. No,
Garage
James,
doors.
You're not taking this
I
seriously.
am.
No, you
Garage
are.
doors. As we talked about before, the more you think about it, you just think of new things.
A door to a garage? like from inside your house.
Of course, that's a door.
Obviously, that's a door. But I think a roller door isn't a door.
Okay. What about a door that like goes up like that?
Can you get a roller door with a window in it? Because the window would count. I've never seen one,
so,
but maybe
you get a clear
no,
plastic.
because sometimes have you seen those? They're in American houses. Instead of it being like one continuous roller door,
That's what I'm saying.
It's like 3 segments.
Yeah.
And they have windows in them.
Well, that's true.
So those count as windows, I think.
But they don't count as doors.
No.
God damn. And Windows computers don't count.
They don't count
It's
at
an
all.
operating
No,
system.
no, that's right.
And the doors
The band,
don't
the
count.
doors will not
However
count.
many members of the doors there are do not count.
Mostly dead, I think. Fuck. Right? But we have to definitively decide, and I think it's doors.
But now I'm thinking about cars. How many cars are there in the world?
I like how you're like, we have to cut this short, but now you're like, you're in the debate.
I already did this.
Yeah, I know.
But like a car,
Yes.
if you just counted cars,
Yes.
just cars, there is probably 2 more windows on average
Than
in
there
each
is
car
every door.
than there is doors.
Not every car, though.
Most cars, I would say at least 50%, I'd say. And that's being generous. I'm being generous.
Again, I think, but I reckon modern cars.
Also, 2-door cars
Yes.
have extra windows
That's what-
that
yeah,
don't
yeah.
open as well.
Yeah.
In addition to 4-door cars who also have extra windows. Often. Not
Oh,
always.
I see what you're saying. I'm like, okay, I thought initially you meant, okay, you were always referring to 2-door cars,
Yeah.
which have the window and then the non-functioning window at the back.
Yeah.
I think that in a 4-door car, that see, here's the thing though. When you said 2-door cars with the 4 and like the back one didn't, I was like, well, that counts as a separate window.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I'm arbitrarily deciding that in a 4-door car, that bit doesn't. But it must. You're right.
Yeah,
So
that's
a
what I'm
4-door
saying.
car has 6 of those.
Yes.
Wow. They don't all have that though.
No, they don't all have
Yeah.
that. But a lot of cars do, especially older cars.
Yeah.
And then once you break a window, is it still a window?
No.
You kick a door, is it a door? Put your foot through a door, is it still a door?
Yes.
Because it's solid, right? Like
Really
you kick
makes
a
you
window,
think, doesn't it?
kick
You break a window and it's still that's a broken window though.
So it doesn't count. But a broken door counts.
Because you could still close
Still
the door.
operational,
The
yeah.
door's still operational. Maybe it wouldn't lock, but it would still cover the. But if you smash a window, I don't. But does a broken window count as a window? I don't think it does.
I agree
'Cause
with you. I
need
don't
a
know
full
why, but
replacement.
no, because it's
You
not.
need a full replacement.
It's not
Yeah.
functional. And a door could still technically be functional if it was had a hole in it.
Yeah.
But if a door was obviously off its hinges, you batter in a door. That's not.
Just a door frame. That's a door hole.
No, but you said doors, like if you went in a door store and they don't go
Oh my
anywhere.
God, you're
they
right.
count.
Oh my
so
God.
how much do you have to destroy a door for it to no longer
Yeah.
count as a door? Like if you fully battered a door.
No,
off its
you're right. If a
hinges-
door comes off its hinges, it's still a door.
Yeah.
Like if I was going by the side of the road and I
Yeah.
saw a door on the side of the road, I wouldn't go, that's some wood. I'd go, that's a door
And if you
on the
saw
side of the
glass, you'd be like, that's glass.
glass.
You wouldn't say that's a window that is broken.
Unless it was a frame. Like if
Yeah.
the frame was on the side of the road with some broken glass in it, I go, somebody's thrown a window onto the side of the road.
Or a window frame, you might even call it.
Wow. I think it's doors because doors have.
I don't know if it is because of the car thing alone.
Yeah.
Like, think of the number. Isn't there more cars than people or something?
We've got to know some statisticians who can put aside their actual jobs
Yeah.
and figure this out somehow. We got to get a round table
Because
going.
normally we definitively like call it, and we actually did call it.
I said doors.
And I think
you
I ended up
initially said
agreeing with you,
windows,
and
but then
I
you
came
turned,
around.
yeah.
But the car thing is like,
We went back and forth. I'm like, maybe it is windows, but
Yeah.
the car thing, yeah. No, you're right.
cripes.
But anyway, we'll put this in the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates
Yeah.
group, and people can debate it, and and maybe we'll do it. I still think it's doors,
I'm not convinced. I can be convinced.
just because the existence of door stores, James.
Yeah, but how many door stores are there?
There's like 6 on my block. No, just kidding. I don't know. And gates don't count. We just established
No,
gates.
okay,
don't- Yeah.
anything that's like called a different thing.
Even though
doesn't
Bill
count.
Gates came up with Windows.
Oh my god. He's a normal man, isn't he?
No, I think he's weird. Weird and bad. Bad person.
Yeah, I agree. That's the show.
Yeah.
Sorry again.
Okay.
About, sorry. This extra thing we was gonna do is mostly about doors and windows.
If this doesn't record,
yeah.
I'm going to do some screaming. Let me tell you that. Folks, thank you so much for listening to
Yeah.
the show. We very much appreciate
We
it.
really do.
And if you continue to listen after this one, boy, we'll appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for leaving a comment, liking the podcast somehow, telling your friends about the podcast, subscribing to the podcast, leaving a 5-star review on whatever podcast delivery platform of your choice you are using. James, you got any there?
Got a couple here. This is from BFFs who says, James and Mason are my best friends and I love them. That's from Herman Co. And then the next one from Happy Birthday Paulie says, actual BFFs. The person below me says James and Mason are their best friends, but they're actually even more of my best friends. Who's to say?
Who's to say? Maybe another person might leave another review because they are in fact our best friends.
Exactly.
I love the continuity in the reviews there. That's really good.
You don't often see that.
Thank you to everybody who's doing that. Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, perhaps to
talk about doors.
Weigh in on. We normally would say definitively. I still think it's doors, but if you want to weigh in on the debate, or in fact email in about something, maybe about pop culture, a podcast or something. Another thing that we normally
I can't think of
about.
another example.
But this podcast might pivot just to door and window talk, if I'm honest. You can go to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com, at Twitter, at Bandcamp, at a third one.
A third one.
A fourth one.
Fifth one.
Anyway, it's all great stuff. Twitter, Facebook, Bandcamp. You go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group.
Yes.
Very ably admin by Raw Collings, by Maisie, by Sarabi, by Fidel.
We salute them all.
By Marty. We salute them all. Thank you very much.
Patriots, every single one
for
of
your
them.
service. Thank you very much. You can also go to the Weekly Planet Pod subreddit and Discord. You can follow our friend Raw Collings, who edits this podcast, who's going to have a real whale of a time editing this particular podcast.
This is less work, though, I guess.
Yeah, very much so.
So you're welcome, Collings.
You can follow him at Raw Collings at Twitter. You can follow him at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. That's all the
right.
Weekly Planet updates. You can follow me on Twitter at Wikipedia Brown and on Instagram at Nick Maso, NickMaseeau. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. You can chuck in $1. You can chuck in 50 cents.
Drop us
you
a
can
bean.
chuck in any amount you wish.
Drop us a bean.
And I just want to point out that the game 50 Cent Blood on the Sand is a third-person action shooter game.
Yes.
It's tremendous.
Just to clarify, though, Mason thought it was a first-person shooter. We spent 15 minutes on this as well.
But we've had time to think on our errors, think on our various sins, and don't try looking for it on Steam. You can't get it.
No, we already did all that.
We already checked. Any man you wouldn't miss.
Yeah, that's right.
We'd very much appreciate it. Keep the lights on here. Or if you're big spender.
What if you are?
You can go to bigsandwich.co. You can pay $9 dues, US dollar dues, per month.
That's right.
And you get early videos, bonus podcasts, movie commentaries. We did that commentary on The Crow.
Did we talk about that? We did The Crow.
We did The Crow, yeah. We did The Crow, but we talked a lot about goths in Melbourne.
Yes.
Mostly that.
And there were so many Crow facts, let me just say. I was
right.
coming in hot.
You did a lot of good
Crow
original research. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Had a grand old time.
I did my own research. That's a joke I didn't do last time, did I, Mason? That's
right.
a new joke I
That's
did
a new
now.
joke, and
Yeah,
I
it's a new
appreciate it
joke.
because you were running at 1%, I would say, at this point. Folks, you can get some teas at TeePublic, Weekly Planet teas.
That's
Go to
right.
TeePublic.com. Search for the Weekly Planet. People are often wondering, where can you get that Robat Bat t-shirt from our friend Chris Small over at Weekly Planet Posters? You can't get on there because they have some weird copyright issues. If you go to Redbubble, it's on there, I think. Just go to redbubble.com.
That's right, exactly.
Print it off, have a
good look at it.
That's right. Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. That's the podcast?
Yay! It is twice.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, no. Was that a joke?
Did that guy get in? The talking cola bottle? No, because that was right at the start of the podcast.
That was the start, but there was a whole other bit.
Yeah.
It was a recurring character.
He was a recurring character for a while. And
Yeah.
now he's dead.
Yeah, he died.
I'm still alive. I'm alive and I'm angry. Do I still get paid even though my lines were cut?
I wanted to be heard. I just wanted to be heard. You can't be heard. You're a bottle.
Wow.
Are you a door or a window? Do you look through a bottle? Is that a window?
No, it's not a window. Bottle.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Also, we recorded Snake Eyes in here as well.
Yeah, sorry.
The lost episode, the
God,
snake-
but I mean, we are absolutely wiped, so I don't think we can do it.
No.
Yeah. That's
But
a real shame. But next week...
I probably said everything I could possibly say about it as well.
Yeah, but you could we'll remember it.
Yeah.
We'll do it next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.